Hey guys, it's Steph with Dotting with Dragons. I'm here because I wanted to share my excitement about the fact that Michael's, a craft store in the United States, has officially dropped their Halloween canvases. So what that means is if you live in the United States and you are a fan of diamond art and paint by numbers and all things crafty, you should check out Michael's. They, in the past several years, have had some really good choices in terms of diamond art kits for the holidays. Halloween in particular is pretty big. They do them for Christmas too, and they have like some summer stuff and like some seasonal things. And then of course they also release kits regularly, throughout the year in a variety of projects and sizes. Well, this year in particular, they have released a whole smorgasbord of different kinds of projects for Halloween. So I started doing diamond art about 4 years ago, and Michaels wasn't really carrying anything of their own. They actually used to carry some Diamond Art Club and Diamond Dots and stuff like that. And in the last few years, they created their own brand, Make Market. And Make Market has traditionally done other types of projects, but Diamond Art's just something that they added to their repertoire a few years ago. And so I'm really excited because last year's offerings were incredible. And this year's offerings are also even more incredible. And the year before that, I've done a kit from several years back. So they kind of started with just like 16 by 20 inch canvases traditionally, which is, like a pretty nice size. It's usually they do them in rounds. Well, last year they started carrying kits in squares, and I actually haven't done my square kits from Michaels yet. They use acrylic drills, not resin, and their acrylic drills quality is pretty good for their rounds. My only issue with their rounds is that because they're so not faceted, they're very smooth on the top. Like I have to switch up what kind of tools I use sometimes. Like my thin metal multi-placers don't always do the best with those drills. But my plastic multi-placers do just fine. So it's kind of an interesting difference that I've noticed the last couple times I've done their kits. Anyway, I digress. So last year they had not only 16 by 20 inch canvases, but they also had some smaller, like 8 by 10 inch mini canvases that would come with magnetic frames, and the wood frame was unfinished, so it was very easy to paint it. So I just painted mine black because what I do is I actually reuse those frames. I just switch out the pictures. So like right now I did 2 of those mini kits for Summer with the Masters, the Diamonds and Washi put on. So I did 2 of those, and I'm just using the same 2 frames that I got with the Halloween kits last year and painted. And I'm probably just gonna paint a whole bunch this year anyway. But anyway, so the magnetic frames they come with are really nice, and then they also included like an acrylic pen, which is like an upgrade. It's a lot thicker than the typical like pencil thin kind of pens that normally come in diamond kits. So at least those smaller 8 by 10 kits had those upgraded tools, but the larger diamond canvases did not include those. They have the standard little toolkit, which I'll show you when I do the unboxing. I've also unboxed these last year, and I compared them to the finish that I had the year before, so Halloween 2023. So I'll put a link to those videos last year also they had some 3D items, and that was something that they did again this year, and they increased their offerings. So last year they had like a skull, a 3D skull, and a 3D pumpkin, and I think that was it. And I got the 3D pumpkin, and I worked on it. And I also have a video review showing that and how that turned out. This year they have a new pumpkin design. They have the skull. They have a crystal ball. They have a ghosty. So, and last year they lit up. I don't remember if these ones light up. I did not grab one of those this year because last year it was a little aggravating to work on it, to be honest. The materials were all great quality. It's just the nature, I think, of a 3D beast, of diamond painting 3D beast. The glue was really sticky and good to work with. The tools were fine. The drills were gorgeous. They were all crystal. So it was really pretty and fun to do that. But the item itself was supposed to be able to light up. And it did at first. But then over time, the switch got a little funky and it kind of stopped working so much. But I just thought, whatever, like I got it on a coupon, so it wasn't that big a deal, so I didn't worry about it. But I didn't pick that up this year because I still have a gingerbread 3D house from last Christmas that I picked up, and I haven't done that, so I didn't pick up any 3D items. But this year they have some new items. So they have their 16 by 20 inch canvases. They have their 8 by 10 inch canvases, which they have a lot more choices. Like they had a ton of them. I'm pretty sure they had just as many small canvas options as they did larger. And that was really cool to see. And they're not all like dark art either, so like one of them, it looks like an old comic book style scene, bright colors and lady screaming monster in the back. One of them is like a jack-o'-lantern that's blue and teal, so they have some interesting like not so traditional images as well as some very traditional images. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not grabbing this one, but they have one where it's like a close-up of the black cat's face and the black cat's eyes. And so you might think, well, that's a lot of dark drills, but the rendering on these make market kits, I'm just telling you, it's where it's at. For an acrylic kit, that's like $15 full price, and there's no reason why you should ever pay full price, by the way, at Michael's. They always have coupons, they always have sales, they, just install their app. Do yourself a favor, it's free to become a member, install their app, and they will always have coupons. They just won't. So I didn't pay full price for any of this stuff, and I don't typically. But for a kit like that with all these start drills, I've done a few kits from them that have a more darker palette, and the shading comes out impeccable. Like, I don't know, it makes me a believer that maybe acrylic drills aren't so bad, at least rounds. I have not done my square acrylic kits from them yet, but I digress. So they do have a lot more small canvas choices. They have more options for 3D objects. They're standard size canvases, of course. There's some really cool options with that. Really excited about the ones that I was able to find. And then they also have like these round, like circular boards that have hangers on them. So that's kind of a cool project to do. And then they also have like these mini sets. So where they're like 4 mini canvases. They look like they'd be like the size of the like mini dazzles from Diamond Art Club or like paint gems. They look like they'd be that size, but there's only 4 of them, and usually Michael's in their mini sets includes 6. So I'm not sure if they're a little bit bigger than that or what's the deal. But they had some really cute options. Like there was a cocktail. There's like Halloween cocktails. Okay. I'm not really an alcohol drinker. but those were so freaking adorable. Okay, so, and then just like they had some funny ones, and so all sorts of ideas for, you know, somebody who's new to this and just looking to get started, or you just want a quick little Halloween one-off project and you don't really want to spend a whole lot of time or money investing in a holiday project that's going to take up the next 2 to 3 months of your life, you know. So it's a really great option. So anyway, so I'm super excited. They also had, oh my gosh, they've also had a ton of really cute paint by number options, which their brand for that is called Artist Loft. And that is how I actually got started in the whole paint by number. It was like many people, it was shut down because of a certain virus. So it was during that period of time where a lot of things were shut down 5 years ago. And I picked up a paint by number kit at Michael's, and there was like 3 of them available. And I just thought, yeah, you know, this could be cool. And I did that, and it's actually the Monarch Butterfly is the banner on my channel. That's my very first paint by number, at least as an adult. I don't know if I did these as kids or, you know, how they have you do things like that in school, but, and I was hooked. And then eventually I found out about Diamond Art. So last year I did one of their paint by number Halloween kits. It was really fun to do. Cells were really big, so it was very quick project. Only took a couple weeks. Did it in between some Diamond Art kits. And so this year, I do have another Halloween kit that I did not do last year. So what I did was I picked up a small paint by number Halloween kit. Because I've never seen them do it in the smaller size. I mean, it's really, really cute. It's probably about the size of those mini canvases that they do with the magnetic frames. I've seen them do a couple of those here and there in other styles, but they really like popped out a ton of options, non-holiday options for that. So I was really happy to see that they did that for the paint by numbers section too. So if you're looking for kind of an adjacent craft with a little bit of a different kind of flavor to it, I highly suggest checking those out. I've done several of their Artist Loft paint by number kits, and their paints are pretty decent. You know, especially if you pick like a darker palette. If you pick something with a lot of yellows, pinks, and yellow greens, you know, and oranges and stuff, those are the colors that, just fair warning, okay, you might get a little frustrated with. So if you're new to paint by numbers, I would just pick something that avoids a lot of orange and yellow, which unfortunately is a huge color choice for our holiday that's upcoming I'm talking about. But anyways, I digress. So if you're in the States, go check out Michael's. Last night I looked at their website, and I did not see anything on their website. I didn't see any of the Halloween stuff, but somebody in my local diamond painting group actually posted that they found their Michaels had put out a bunch of Halloween stuff. So I did call to see. I did call, and I asked the employees if they had their diamond art kit. So if this is you, then definitely give them a call ahead of time if it's not on the website already, so that you can see if they will have the kits that you're looking for before you waste your time. So yeah, just go check it out. And like I said, they always have coupons and deals and all that. So now I'm going to cut to my crafting table, and we will open up some of these kits for the Halloween 2025 season and see what they're all about. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey guys, this is Steph with Dotting with Dragons, and I wanted to share with you guys the Halloween kits that I picked up from Michael's yesterday. So Halloween at Michael's is always a lot of fun because they always have tons of projects no matter what you're into. For instance, they also have
paint by number kits that have been traditionally what you see. This is new this year for them, is doing the 2 little mini paint by number canvases. Just as an example, there's lots of other kits. And as I explained earlier, the diamond art side of things has really taken off. So this is always really exciting because their kits are fantastic. You can always get them on sale, and they are, you know, they're really affordable. So, and accessible because you don't have to pay, well, you could buy them online and pay shipping, but there is a $49, spend $49 and you don't have to pay shipping, and their shipping is relatively fast. So, anyways, so I'm going to go through the kits that I got. I did get this special project. It is a round project with a hanger. But that was pretty cool. I've never done this before. I did skip the 3D light up art this year because I had some issues with that last year. I could talk more about. I do have other videos about that I'll link below. And then these, there's a mini set. These are 5 by 7 inches, and then there's an 8 by 10 inch kit, and this comes with a stylus, which is really cool because last year it also came with a stylus. And the stylus from last year looked like this. It was black with purple and green sparkles. It was really pretty. So it's really cool, and it came with silver tips. So it's really cool to see that they actually changed up the color of the stylus this year. So that'll be really fun to check out. Now this is these smaller kits are the only ones that come with that upgraded tool set. The rest will come with a normal set of things. Then these are 2 of their typical kits. These are 16 by 20 inches. As you can see, this one has glow-in-the-dark features, and a lot of times the Make Market Halloween is kind of known for their glow-in-the-dark kits. So I always pick up a jack-o'-lantern one because they are just my favorite. And then this, I loved this color palette. So it'll be really exciting to see how this turns out. All the kits I've shown to you thus far have been round kits. They did have some square kits available, but the images that really spoke to me were in rounds. So, and I really like that color palette. Now this is something that I will do last. This is new. I've never seen Make Market put out a mystery kit for anything. I've never seen them put out for any other holidays, which Halloween is their biggest drop that they do for diamond paintings. I've never seen it for their regular line, so I'm actually really excited to see what's in this. So I will do this one last, and fair warning, there'll be spoilers. Okay, so to start, I'm going to show you the this kit. So on the box here we have, there's some glow in the dark. It says it's a wood surface that you're going to be painting on. It does give the price, but again, they always have coupons. On the back here, it gives you some of their information. Now, one of the things that Make Market is not that great about is the naming of their kits. So this right here actually does have the name. It's just called Bats. And then it's got this round. There's a lot of other projects that are like this type of a wooden aspect, and then here you can see where the glow in the dark area is. So that's pretty cool that they kind of give you that. So yeah, there are lots of other themes for these, but this is just the one that I thought was, you know, the one that spoke to me. So inside, we're gonna have our project. Okay, so what do we got in here? Let's see. Okay, neato. Oh, this is cute. Their toolkit is, usually this is like a light gray and like a light blue and like a blue, but this is actually orange this year for Halloween. That's really cool. Oh, I like that. So their wax, they give you 2 extra pats of wax here. Now their wax is usually not scented. Let me just make sure this isn't, no. And this isn't. So you do have to peel that off. Their wax is pretty solid, actually. I'm not a huge wax user, but I will pull theirs out and use their wax. I do like that. So that's cool. A little standard boat. And then, of course, they give you the pen with the brass tips. Now you'll notice there are no frills involved in this. You do get the squishy, but there's no no other tips. So if you have extra tips laying around, you can use them, but it kind of comes with a single placer, and there's a good reason for that. Also, it comes with baggies like this. I like these ones. They're a little bit bigger and sturdier than other brands. I keep those. Okay, here's our diamonds. Very little small pack. Mostly purples. Okay, so I'm gonna open these up. So you can see that they don't use DMCs. They have the number of the kit down here to identify it, and then A, B, C, you can see. That's how they'll denote it on their guide. So as far as what is the glow in the dark here, I don't know. If I had to guess, I would probably guess the white, because that's pretty easy to do. Most of the time, Make Market's glow in the dark drills are typically like these fluorescent jelly looking drills. So I would probably guess, because there's not a ton of glow in the dark, it would be that. As far as our color palette, these are not stickers. Oh, we've got two glows, G and H actually. So this is just a piece of paper. If you have a sticker maker, you can certainly turn it into one. However, I mean, there's only 8 colors. So it does give the DMC number here on the side. Interesting. Okay, they didn't used to do that. Oh, I like that. Usually I bag up my extra drills and donate them from these kits, because I don't include them. They're acrylics, they're not resin, and most of mine that I keep are resin. So okay, so wait, it was G and H. So here's our glow in the dark color. So a very dark purple, and then this white. Ooh, that'll be cool to see that. I've never seen a glow in the dark color like that with them. As you can see in terms of the drills, yes, they are acrylics. You can see, oh, that one's got a little bit of trash on it, but typically I don't find a lot of trash in the Make Market kits. Their drills are pretty solid. The only thing that's frustrating for me to work with on these is I find that my metal multi-placers don't play as nice with these for some reason. So I use plastic multi-placers to place these, and it works better for me. I don't know. So here is a small instruction sheet, just very basic how to use this. Speaking of multi-placers, the reason why you wouldn't really think to multi-place this is so cute, is because it's a special project. So these drills aren't lining up very easily. They are definitely like, you have to single place this. I will still use a multi-placer, because I'll just use my multi-placer to single place. But anyways, you can see it's wooden. It's got hangers in the back. This is be very easy to tie onto those to hang it, or you can just use nails on your wall or whatever. So we've got a plastic sheet here. This is pretty sturdy. So peeling this back. Ooh, very sticky. Cool. All right. Wait, what's that? Yep, very sticky. So that's pretty cool. This is nice and thick. So this would be one of those projects that I probably wouldn't sit down at my desk and do this. I would probably be hanging out on the couch with my family when they're watching TV and stuff, or playing games or whatever, and we would probably do this. So that is the round project from Make Market. Alrighty, so sorry about that. I just had to clear things off and get a drink. By the way, I didn't say this earlier, but settle in, because this is a bit of a longer video. So get a drink or a snack or whatever. I'm just glad that you're here. So these are some of the smaller kits. I've never seen them do a Halloween minis kit, so that's interesting. And then here is your other, this one they've done before. It's like an 8 by 10 inch. So we'll get into that one first. So again, on the box, this one's just called Ghost, and this one doesn't have any glow in the dark drills. But honestly, it'd be pretty easy to add them yourself, especially considering the black eyes and some of the white rounds over here, that'd be kind of cool to do that. So this one's special because it's got a upgraded toolkit, and while I don't like the thicker multi-placers that come with these kits, I do think that for a beginner, it's absolutely awesome that you can pick up a small kit and get a cool stylus. So these are those magnetic stretcher bars that you can use. And I do have a kit sitting here. It's not Halloween. I do have a kit sitting over here that I will show you how that looks on a finished painting. Okay. Ooh. So again, we have the orange. That's really cool. That's different from this year. And here's our pen. So this feels like it's probably acrylic. It's very pretty. It's got golden tips. Now these are screw-in tips. Okay, so you can put this in terms of, do these fit the Diamond Art Club screw-in tips? I found that no, they do not fit the screw-in Diamond Art Club tips. I have like one screw-in tip from Diamond Art Club. Well, technically I guess I have two because I have the twist and pick screw-in pen, but I also have like a multi-placer screw-in tip. I couldn't even tell you where it is because it's in one hole that I got made for a screw-in tip, and that's where it sits. So, but no, these will not fit the Diamond Art Club screw-in tips, unfortunately. And they're also something that don't really fit the other brand of screw-in tips. Just gonna see if maybe my other one. No, yeah. I like hot glued these in because I can't stand the twisting or whatever. Oh, okay. So here's one that came in a Christmas kit last year. And you can see this is a Diamond Art Club standard plastic multi-placer that I basically just like shoved in there and started screwing it down in. It's in there, like it's going nowhere, which is nice for now, but yeah, you can kind of see like this is warped on the base where I had to like pinch it and really twist it in there. So yeah, you could possibly break that off in there, but anyway, I just did not like, these are really thick tips. Let me see if I have yeah, like this is a cat-eared tip. And that's, you can see that's a lot thicker. You can see how thick this is. Now some people enjoy that. Also with round drills, I find that a thicker tip sometimes works better. But in general, with these rounds from Make Market, I employ those types of tips. So this is a cool little extra. That's really pretty. And it's just like a purple glittery. Okay, so we still have the same kit that we had up here that we already looked at, so I won't go into that. So here's our drills. Here's our package of drills, and let's take a look at this adorable canvas. Oh my gosh, look at that ghosty. He's so cute. So it does come with this very durable material. Now I will say if you trim this, it will fray. Okay, so there's that. I believe that this is a adhesive. Well, okay, duh, it's an adhesive, but you know what I mean. It's a no, you don't know what I mean. Not poured glue, double-sided adhesive. That's kind of how this feels. It could be poured glue though. So that guy is really cute. So it would be fun to add some glow in the darks to this, maybe even especially down here. So here is the color list, and again they've got some DMC colors, so that's pretty cool. And we go all the way down here. So as you can see, there's no specials on this one, but it'd be pretty easy to add them, especially if you're getting some of these other kits from Make Market that have the glow in the darks. They always include extra. I've never run out of a kit drills for this. So this is just a little instruction sheet, how to diamond paint, match up the letters, match up the numbers. Okay, so pretty standard fare. All right, so here's this guy. In terms of his drills, we'll look at this. Okay, so there's quite a few in this one. So again, they're denoted. They like to use the alphabet. And this number down here is the kit, the number of the kit. So as you can see, a lot of grays in this one. Dark greens, dark teals, so that's kind of fun. What I really like about these Make Market kits too is that some of them are very traditional colors for a Halloween kit, but you can find often a lot that aren't. So if you're not into orange and black and purple, you can find some of the kits that are not. Oh, that's a really pretty blue. And again, I don't really see a lot of trash in here. I'm also seeing these like holes in the bag to help with static, which is really cool. I don't tend to have a huge problem with static with Make Market kits, but maybe that's why, because they have the little pinpricks in the bags here. So that's this guy. And give me a second to just get picked up, and then we'll do the next one. Alrighty, so here is something different from them this year. They're making some mini sets. These are the cocktails. Let's see, do they have a name for these? Yeah, just cocktails. So the kit boxes are all the same, so let's take a look at these. So I have been completing some of the Make Market mini canvases. They're the insects version. Usually it comes 6 to a box, and I think they're a little smaller than these guys. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so these are definitely a little bit bigger than the typical mini sets, which is what I expected considering it's the same price for only 4. These are adorable though. Oh my god. Now these are partials, okay? So what that means is this is not sticky, this is. And you'll see that some of these have some areas and elements that you can't really use a multi-placer on. So these would be better to be single placed. The symbol clarity is what I would expect from Make Market, which is pretty good. No complaints there. This is my favorite one. Look at the ghosties in the drink. That is so cute. Oh my god, this was just... I love these. I love these. They look like intestines. That's cool. Or maybe that's supposed to be a brain. Oh my god, and then there's an eyeball floating in that. That is so cute. So yeah, so these are a little bit larger. They'd still be really cute to frame and put up. I would totally find a frame that could hold 4 5x7s, and then just probably have to trim off a little bit of this extra. But like I said before, if you trim this, beware it will fray. So you're going to want to keep them in those frames, or not. But these aren't going to fit in your standard photo album like what I have with all my mini dazzles and mini sets from other companies. So that'll be a little troublesome, but nothing too bad. Wow, there's 45 colors in this kit. So again, up here at the top of the paper, and again, these aren't stickers, it's just a piece of paper. You've got the numbers, you've got the DMCs now. It's really nice they do that. They didn't include any specials here. Our toolkit is the same. We got a nice orange color for this year, and there's no multi-placer in this one either. There wasn't a multi-placer. Well, there was a multi-placer in this one because it came with a 3-placer. So, I mean, there's that. So, as far as all the colors, okay. Ooh, look at that color palette. This is gonna be fun, okay? Alright, so we're starting at the back here. So I think I said this before. Hey, some of these don't have a lot of colors. They use acrylic drills. Now they're round acrylics. I'm a resin snob, to put it nicely, and I still love working with these drills. They look fantastic, and I'll show you why they look fantastic in a second. They just turn out really well, and Make Market, their rendering team is amazing because all their stuff looks really good when it's done. So I see a lot of bright colors in this one, a lot of pinks, very festive. I like that. So these ones will be fun to do, and they're just quick little projects. Like I could probably sit down and do one in an hour, you know. So yeah, so what I mean by they turn out looking really amazing, here's an example that I did this summer of a Make Market Almond Blossoms from Van Gogh kit for Summer with the Masters, and as you can see, there's no complaints. I have no complaints with this. The coloration is beautiful, the way that they tint things out and shading, I mean, the render is amazing. So I have no qualms about using acrylic drills for these Make Market kits because they end up looking really cool. So again, this is the cocktail set, and they do have other sets and themes available with these minis. Alright, so for the last part of the video, I'm going to go through the larger kits. So I've got these two guys, and then I'll give you fair warning about the mystery kit so that nothing gets spoiled. So let's go through these. First, I would like to look at the skeletons. This one in particular, I was really excited about because that color palette is super cool. And this one again comes with round gems. And I'm looking, I love the way the artwork wraps around the box. They've always done that as far as since I've been doing their paintings. And this one's just called Skeleton Lovers. And last year they had one kind of like this as well, and I can't remember if I picked it up or not. Oh, also interesting, I noticed some of the images that were diamond paintings last year are now being sold as the paint by numbers kits this year. So that's kind of cool. And I kind of wonder if that's sort of something that got switched around, like maybe some of these were paint by numbers last year, which I did 2 of the paint by numbers kits, or I didn't do 2 of them, I'm sorry. I picked up 2 of the paint by numbers kits for Halloween last year, and I did complete 1 of them, but it wasn't the skeleton one. Okay, so this is a little bit bigger of a canvas for them, and this is a perfect size for even a beginner because it's still only 16 by 20, which for me isn't that big. Also, if you're going to be doing drills and chills this year, these are great canvases to work on for that. So again, we have our toolkit, but there is no multi-placer in here. I don't remember. I don't think they ever included multi-placers, but we've got drills. So this is a more traditionally larger packet of drills. So as you can see them, get a good idea of the palette here. I'm not going to go through all the drills, the whole drill chain for this, because I will never get that back together again. And once again, we have another, this is how you diamond paint. All right, so let's look at the canvas. Ooh, this is cute. Aww. Okay, I thought I knew what I was doing for drills and chills, but I'm probably going to be doing this one instead. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh, dead people cuddling. Oh, how cute, right? So this is more traditional canvas, meaning we have the legend of colors on the side here. So this one goes up to 49 colors. And this one didn't have any specials in it. I really like that they're putting the DMC there. As far as the drill field, as you can see, it's very clear. Now in the past, they would do like all red symbols and it drove me nuts. So I'm really glad that they switched over, and they seem to be listening to the community to figure out what people like doing. This is adorable. Okay, this is really cute. Also, I studied physical anthropology in school, in college, so you learn about, you know, bones, human skeletons, and all sorts of interesting things that happen to them. So I kind of have this love affair with the macabre, I guess you could say. And then they have these cute plants in the back. So yeah, so this is Skeleton Lovers. You've got the you've also got the kit number here on the side. That's helpful because it matches the drills here, because they don't have any identification on here. So what I usually do is I have a little sticker printer. So I upload a picture of the canvas or the image from online, and I'll print a little sticker that has the picture of it here just because it helps me better than numbers. So that's this one. Really cute, really accessible size. So I can see that there is a little bit of a little bit of bending or whatever in here. I've never really had a problem. A good way to change that and help flatten it out, because these canvases will flatten out, is you just pull this back. See, very sticky. Pull it back. Like normally, I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm not that well coordinated, but normally what I do to get the air bubbles out is I will pull this back, and then I'll use a tool like this. Some of you may have seen this. And then I just like push out the air bubbles. You can do that anyway. I really like the plastic on these kits actually, because it's a bit more thick. It is not perforated. So you make your own sections, and I've never had an issue with that. So yeah, this actually doesn't feel, hold on, let me measure this. This doesn't feel like a 16 by 20. Can I find the beginning of my tape measure? Okay, so it is like just a titch under, but it's pretty much 16. And yeah, so I think what they're measuring is like, I think what they're doing is they're measuring to this black line. I don't think they're actually measuring the actual canvas is a little bit under that. So I guess it's just something to know. So yeah, so this is Skeleton Lovers by Make Market. Alrighty, so now we have the pumpkin one, which has got glow in the darks. They just call this one jack-o'-lanterns. So again, I'm gonna have all these kits linked in the description box. One thing I noticed, and I forgot to mention this, was on the Skeleton Lovers kit, I didn't get a separate key code for it, like the paper ones, like what we've been getting with the other kits like these. I feel like usually, even with the bigger kits from Make Market, I feel like I get those. So I'm not really sure about that. Or maybe I don't. Okay, so what do we got in here? We don't have a paper, so we don't have one for this one either. We've got instructions, we've got a little kit, and we've got very fall colors. Love that. Lots of browns and oranges, some black. I love that. So again, you have the number for the kit here, which matches the canvas. Ooh, this is fun. So there's the canvas, and then you've got on the side, you've got your legend. Okay, so this one has 36 colors. And look at all those special glows. Okay, so something I forgot to do with the ghosts. Was it a ghosty? No, with the bats, as I forgot to show where the glows were. Well, I guess the glows were just the bats. So we're gonna go through this and show you where the glows are. So this is a really cute canvas. The jack-o'-lantern pictures always sell out. Like the last 3 years I've been doing this with Make Market. They always seem to be some of the first kits to sell out, and in my opinion, some of the cutest, because I just love jack-o'-lanterns. So in here, if you're wondering what this is, it's a candle. Got a skull over here. Okay, so let's see if I can zoom you out just a little bit. Okay, so as far as where those specials are gonna go, and I'm not gonna pull that out completely out of the drill packet because those are bigger, I'll never get them in there. Again, cue adult joke. Okay, so our first glow is number 7. Okay, so I see it, just a couple of them in here. I see it in the nose. I see a little bit here. Nope, that's all where I see it. It's pretty easy to pick these ones out. The next glow is like a slash sign, so it's all in this eye. It's all here. It's all here. It's the majority, it's making up the majority of the glows in there. Another glow is the equal sign, which is a little bit darker of an orange that you can find. Again, majority of it is in, it's gonna be in the eyes, you know. Yep, like in here. Let's see, do we have any in the skull? No, we don't, but that would be a cool place to put it. Yeah, so it's like in the eyes. Then we have lowercase a, another glow, which is here. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit in here. It's a little bit of a lighter colored glow. It looks like maybe like a lime light chartreuse. And then our last glow is an up arrow, and it looks like it's going to be a darker orange. So where I see that is I see that lining, no, not there, but I do see it here, and it's in here. It's creating a little bit of a like shading effect for your glows. Here's some up arrow, some in here, and a little bit dotted around here. So we really only have glows in the faces of these jack-o'-lanterns. So that is just jack-o'-lanterns from Make Market. Okay guys, so if you don't want the mystery spoiled, this is your time. This is your fair warning to look away. Sorry about that, just need to get a drink. This is your opportunity to get out of the video. If this is the end for you, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If you see something you like, check out the description box. I'm going to try to find links to all these. If you want to leave a comment and a like, that really helps the channel out. And if you have any suggestions or things that you're excited about, I'm really excited to hear like what other people pick up. Because honestly, like the entire Halloween line is just amazing. Before the season's out, I might end up grabbing something too. So here we go. Here's our very first Make Market mystery kit. I have no idea what's in here. I don't think it knows what's in here because there's nothing on the box. So it just gives you the same kind of thing that's all over the place. It doesn't, doesn't say if it has any specials. It just says rounds. Okay, so what does a mystery canvas look like from Make Market? I don't think they, interesting. Okay, so I've never done a mystery from a small shop before, but I've seen how they come, and they typically come with like a black cover sheet. Diamond Art Club does their mysteries with a clear cover sheet, but the drill field is funny. So this doesn't look very mysterious. So again, we've got your normal toolkit. We've got your, this is how you diamond paint. Let's look at the colors real quick here. So this looks very fall. Lots of browns, tans, oranges, some yellows, some pinks, like magenta's thrown in there. That's cool. Okay, let's see. What is this? Okay. It's clearly flowers. There is no mystery to that anymore. Okay, so that's how they do a mystery. They don't really do the mystery. The mystery is before you buy it. But you've got to buy it to see it. And once you see it, then you know what it is. So these look like maybe some fall flowers. This will be really pretty, I think. Really pretty done. It does not scream Halloween to me, but it does scream like fall, which they have images for their Halloween line that are not Halloween. They have a lot of images that are just fall, like autumn pumpkins and an autumn scene and all this kind of thing. And even one that looks like Alice, the back of Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, so this is your mystery. Once you open it, it's not really a mystery. So now you know what the mystery is. Let's see, in terms of, oops, there goes all that. In terms of specials, let's see if it lists it here. You can get a good idea of the color palette. The DMCs are listed there. There's no specials. So, honestly, or maybe it goes like this. No, I think it goes like this. So normally this probably wouldn't have been something that I would have chosen to pick out because it's flowers. I do some flowers, some florals, but not a whole lot. And as you can see, there's a lot of dark background on this canvas, which is what gives it that sort of a fall vibe. And you can see that is a lot of color blocking in there. Oh, I didn't really talk about that with the other canvases. So F, that is going to be 310. Yep, I just checked. So if you don't like black, Well, first of all, there's a lot of make market kits that are Halloween and are filled with black. But if you don't like black, I would not recommend this. There's a lot of color blocking in this canvas. And then you've got some confetti up here, as you can see, but the drill feels really clear. You know what? I think I'm kind of excited about this. Let me know what you guys think about this mystery kit. It's the first that they've done. I'm really surprised that they didn't try to do anything to make it more of a mystery. Even if they didn't like change the drill field because they didn't want to do that, I'm surprised that they left it as a cover sheet. So I have heard of some people, this is a cool idea. If you have a friend or a partner or a family member who can help you out with this, I have heard of some people taking kits that they wanted to be mysteries, and they'll have their friend like take off the cover sheet and then put like what do you call that, release paper on it, so as they like reveal it, it like comes to life for them. So that's kind of a cool idea. But obviously if you're in this video now, you have seen the mystery image. It has been spoiled, so there you have it. Let me know what you guys think of this mystery image. Was this what you were expecting? It was not what I was expecting, but I don't really know what I was expecting. But I don't think it was flowers. But it looks like it'll turn out really cool and very nice, like very dark and just kind of like not what you typically see with flowers. Oh, I do see a really big air bubble here, so I'll have to make sure to get those out. But anyway, let me know what you think of the Halloween kits at Make Market. Are you planning on picking any of these up? Was there anything in here that you were like, yeah, now that I've seen it, I don't think I would? You know, have you ever tried one of these before, and what do you think? So I just wanted to thank you again for spending time watching this video with me today. I know it was a long one. I really appreciate any kind of feedback you have as far as what you like seeing and maybe what you don't. And, you know, just keep it cool in the comments, and it's all good. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and happy hunting. Until next time.